Okay, imagine driving down a quiet country road in rural England, right? The sun's setting, maybe a bit of fog rolling in. Suddenly, you see a 60-foot robot squatting in the trees. No explanation. Just there. Creepy as hell. That's exactly what happened to some unsuspecting drivers in Compton Bassett, Wiltshire. And get this, it's not some secret military experiment, or a movie prop. It's a leftover from a Take That concert from 15 years ago. Wait, what? Let me explain why this story is way more fascinating than it sounds. /n/n. Let's rewind to 2011. Take That's Progress Live tour was a spectacle, £15 million production, pyrotechnics, and this bonkers animatronic robot named OM. At 100 feet tall, OM was the star of the show, lowering the band onto the stage from its palms. But here's the twist. During a Manchester gig, OM malfunctioned, stranding two band members 10 feet in the air. Ladders had to rescue them. That's the moment I realized how fragile these mega-budget spectacles really are. You're spending millions on a robot, but your backup plan is literal ladders. Iconic. /n/n. Now, why does this abandoned robot matter today? Because it's a perfect example of how pop culture relics take on lives of their own. Robbie Williams apparently took OM home to LA after the tour, but somehow it ended up dumped on his old Wiltshire estate. Locals started spotting it lurking in the woods, calling it a creepy fella, and even comparing it to the Wicker Man, like a horror movie come to life. And honestly, I get it. Imagine seeing this thing from your car window. You'd question your sanity. /n/n. But here's the deeper layer. This robot wasn't meant to be haunting English villages. It was built for stadium-sized drama, for fans screaming to rule the world under stadium lights. Now it's just rusting in a field. To me, that's almost poetic. The thing that symbolized 2010's pop excess, this towering, mechanical god of a show, has become a local urban legend. It's like the ultimate metaphor for how art outlives its creator's intentions. /n/n. And let's talk about the locals' reactions for a second. People thought they'd hallucinated it. One driver literally U-turned to double-check. Why? Because humans are wired to seek patterns. When you see a giant robot in a forest, your brain scrambles. Is this real? Is this a threat? Is this a cult? The Wicker Man comparison isn't random, it's our go-to reference for ritualistic weirdness in the countryside. But the reality is way more mundane, and way more ironic. /n/n. So what's the takeaway here? For me, it's about how the things we build to inspire, or whether it's a robot, or a concert, or a mansion, eventually decay into something else. OM went from high-tech marvel to spooky local legend in just 15 years. And maybe that's comforting. Like, even the most over-the-top creations get humbled by time. But hey, maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe it's just a rusty robot scaring drivers. Either way, next time you're in Wiltshire, keep an eye on the trees. You never know what's watching back.